Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Headlines. Welcome to your English news program. On Friday, Mohamed Bazoum was officially invested as President of the Republic of Niger. The investiture ceremony took place in Niamey in the presence of several heads of state, including Rochmark Christian Kabore from Burkina Faso. Mohamed Bazoum succeeds Mahamadou Issoufou, and this transfer of power is considered the first democratic succession in Niger. As soon as the new president is installed, he undertakes to improve governance and, above all, to fight terrorism, which continues to strike the country on a recurring basis. The president of the Faso, Rochmark Christian Kabore, is now the chairman of UEMOA, the West Africa Economic and Monetary Union. He was elected by his peers last week to succeed Alassane Ouattara, President of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire, and that took place on the occasion of a virtual summit which allowed the heads of state of UEMOA to examine the economic situation in the Union. Norbert Zongo University and ISTAPEM, a private institute, have just signed a partnership agreement. The two higher education institutions want to combine their efforts and resources in the training of students in the fields of science and technology. The agreement was signed by Professor Frédéric Ouattara, President of Norbert Zongo University, and Romaric Badolo, CEO of ISTAPEM. After the signing act, we were able to have an interview to learn more about this partnership between ISTAPEM, located in Ouagadougou, and Norbert Zongo University in Koudougou. Please listen.
This is a great pleasure for us to be in this university as an example of the world of science, to help ISTAPEM to build capacities, to help our students to be able to feed the expectation of the world of employment. And today we are with Université Norbert Zongo, and Professor Ouattara Frédéric is an example, a model of leadership in the world of universities for us. And I would like to count on him and on his university to help us to build capacities, to help us to feed the expectation of the challenges of development of our country. This convention can bring many things for us. They can bring exchange of knowledge, exchange of professors, lecturers, and also students coming for some few time of training. It can help us to build our capacities of facing the challenges of training the youth of enterprises, to feed the expectation of the enterprises. It can bring many things for us to be able to feed the expectation of the world of science. It's not easy as a private university to be able to move forward alone. We need other experiences. We need other universities, specifically public universities, can help us.
Burkina Faso is building a solar power plant in Nagliongo, about 35 kilometers from Ouagadougou. It is the result of the partnership between the public electricity company called Sonabel and Green Yellow. 17 billion CFA francs will be invested in the construction of this plant, with an expected energy production capacity of 30 megawatts. The Minister of Energy was on the site to assess the progress of the work. For Bashir Ismail Ouedraogo, the solar power plant under construction will allow Burkina Faso to increase its production and reduce its dependence on neighboring countries. This could also lead to a reduction in the cost of energy for the benefit of the consumers. In Addis Ababa, African finance minister met recently to talk about economic recovery following the COVID-19 pandemic. Next door, PAGCHA, which is the Pan-African Alliance for Climate Justice, was also meeting to give voice for this civil society organization, bringing together more than 1,000 associations in 48 African countries. The health crisis should not obscure the climate crisis. Climate change has disastrous consequences for the environment. environment. And for PACJA, which is recognized by international bodies, the victim Africa is less responsible for this situation than the industrialized countries, which must then assume their responsibility. Uroratu Wedrago is the national coordinator of PACJA in Burkina Faso. We met her in Addis Ababa, where she was taking part in the meeting. Please listen to Uroratu Wedrago.
The meeting we had here, it was about the nexus between COVID-19 and climate change. And what we have been doing here, like here, we did a statement, civil society, African civil society statement on climate change, in order to give it to the Ministry of Finance, African Ministry of Finance, to tell them that yes, COVID-19 is a reality, but for us African, we have also our reality. What is important, what is huge, and we don't have to forget it. It's about climate change, and we just want it to remember them that our fight is still on actuality. We don't have to forget climate change because COVID-19 is here. We have to take action at the same time, and it's very emergency. So we did a statement where we used to ask them like to put a fund, a special fund, African fund in each country. The finance ministry have to have fund in order to support climate change action, and not every time wait for other people to help us. In Burkina Faso, our main purpose is to create a movement, like a strong civil society organization that is able to stand, that is able to fight for a just climate justice action. Like, because when we take climate change, it's not just about bad effects in this climate change, because in this climate change area we have opportunities, like there are funds for adaptation and the other thing. So we want also our civil society organization to be on top in order to ask for justice, not even in Burkina, but ask for justice in the world. We have an important project that we are developing now, and this project we wanted to work with civil society organization in Burkina Faso, youth, women. We want also to work with journalists. We want to work with let's say parliamentarian. Yes, and because we want to build a strong movement in Burkina Faso on climate change, because we want to ask for justice. We want to ask for justice. For it, everybody have to know his right. So the project named African Activists on Climate Change will start maybe in let's say in April this year. So we will have a lot of training, because all the thing is about training. If you are not well trained, you cannot fight for your right.
And that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.